Hey guys, it is Nikki, and as you can see, this video is why I quit social media sites and apps like Facebook and Instagram. Quick side note, I will be reading mostly from what I've written on my screen, so if you notice me not exactly looking towards the camera, that is because this is the most comfortable way for me to make certain videos. So now to get on with it. So, I have been using social media since I was roughly around 8 years old, and that was back when dial up was a thing, and my main social media website was MSN. I have an overall addictive personality, and social media hasn't been an exception. And throughout the years, I've found myself obsessively focusing on which photos and posts of mine got likes or reacts, and became increasingly critical of myself when I got less than my average amount or even at times no likes at all. And I found as well that what I was seeing was constantly either the best or worst things in life. So, like, people generally post an altered version of their lives to some magnitude, and they look like they're living perfect lives, which would make me personally feel a sense of increasing loneliness and worthlessness because compared to what I was viewing throughout most moments of each day, my life seemed depressing. Another side of social media that really began affecting me was my near constant media consumption of all the depressing and terrifying political news related content, which I know politics is important and keeping up with the news is important, but when you're constantly viewing tragedy after another tragedy and that's all your consumption is, it can lead to real depressing feelings, at least in my experience. And as well as some personal things in my life have led me to desire changing my life in some sort of aspect. Although when this began, it didn't connect to my social media usage with my increasing feelings of loneliness, isolation, and depression and such because, well, I didn't want to think that social media could be doing this. But it wasn't until I started finding a documentary on technology addiction, which led me to inquire further and discovering content on YouTube primarily about people's improved quality of life when quitting or taking a break from social media, as well as the links between social media, video game, and overall technology usage and depression, feelings of isolation, lack of self value, memory loss, and shortened attention span, which I could definitely relate to in a lot of aspects. And this did not initially lead me to making the decision to letting go of social media, aka my lifeline, but it did start the path to it. I began furthering my research, reflecting on particular aspects of my life in relation to my use of it, my addiction to it, and other relating factors. When about a week or two ago, I made the official decision to be done with it, and I've yet to go back to my accounts. While making that decision, I did debate terminating use of the internet altogether, but then I kind of decided that like I'm keeping YouTube and internet because I do research a lot on the internet with my personal interests, and I have yet to find negative proven a proven negative component in my daily life. So unless that changes, I'm sticking with YouTube and stuff. And so to attempt to keep this video reasonably short lengthed, I will leave it at this. And that is which is why I left my social media and feel so much better since doing so. And I am sharing my current experience so that maybe people who are negatively affected as I've been, if they're honest with themselves anyway, may be inspired to look more into possibly doing a similar route or whatnot, as well as to give a brief explanation and insight into my reasoning behind this part of my life as well. So stay safe, take care of yourself, as well as be kind to yourself and others.